All right, so since we're through for the moment talking about Truth Heresy's plight to get money from people and his beggar ways and his brand of wine that he drinks, so we went to go see the movie called Jack the Giant Slayer last night. Usually I don't upload in regards to Hollywood movies. However, this one kind of caught my eye in a couple of different ways. It really caught my attention only because it was in regards to the Nephilim. Now, there are a few people here on YouTube, well, actually more than a few, who upload in regards to Hollywood movies and specifically the Nephilim. I won't mention any names, but Neptali 1981, the stooge for the Synagogue of Satan, likes to upload on Nephilim all the time. So I'm going to talk about the great works in a little bit, but for right now, that movie was in regards to what is known as Nephal. Okay, Nephal is a Hebrew word that simply means to fall. All right, so now according to Gematria, the word Nephal has a numerical value of 160. Okay, so for those of you who do not know what Gematria is, it's basically a traditional Jewish system of assigning a number, a numerical value to a word or a phrase. Okay, so in this case, the number 160 is assigned to the word Nephal. The interesting thing is that the numeric value 160 is also assigned to the word Cain, which is basically a translation for the name Cain. Okay, now what does that mean in regards to what I'm saying? It's basically an equivalent to the fallen ones being of Cain, or Cain being of the fallen ones. Okay, so now are we to calculate according to God's word? Of course, we are instructed to calculate according to the book of Revelation. Okay, another interesting piece of information in regards to Gematria is that Jesus Christ and the serpent are also equivalent, so keep that in mind. Okay, it is the root word for the word Nephilim. Okay, and we all know what Nephilim is. Nephilim is described in the Bible as the offspring of the angels who mated with the daughters of man. Okay, so what the message of the movie was is that the angels are going to be returning. Okay, remember that Nephilim are the product of angels mixing with the daughters of man. Okay, so know the difference between the two. Okay, this coincides with the great work. The great work simply means that certain men or people are awaiting the arrival of the angels that once mated with the daughters of men. And so what it actually means in regards to the occult is when you hear the term as above so below, it's basically a unification of the sons of God and the daughters of men. And it's just explained in Genesis 6. Okay, so for those of you who are familiar with Genesis chapter 6, you would know that there was a certain line of people who were very giant people who lived on the earth, who were the product of the union of angels and the daughters of men. Is that going to happen again? Of course it is. It's predicted in the Bible by God, and this is what Christians should be looking out for. Now, are the angels going to be female like we see in some commercials? No, they're not going to be female. They will be male, okay? They will be targeting the daughters of men. All right, so in regards to racial issues, in the Bible, in Genesis 6, it specifically says that they mated with the daughters of men. The daughters of men were fair. Okay, so that kind of tells you who they will target once again. Are they interested in strange women? No, they're not going to be interested in strange women like Solomon was. Okay?
Like Noah.
All right, so we can confirm this in Daniel chapter 2, where the iron mixing with the clay does not fly. All right? What does the clay represent? It represents Adam, the white race. What does the iron represent? It represents the Nephilim. So when you see people using terminology such as Ms. Fuentes uses in her business in regards to iron, she is basically saying that she is of the Nephilim. All right, so let's clarify. The sons of God are the angels that are described in Genesis chapter 6, who mated with the daughters of men. The daughters of men were fair, as it says in God's word. The Nephilim are product of the mating or the mixture of the sons of God and the daughters of men. Okay, will the Nephilim come back and return? No. The sons of God, aka the angels who left their first estate as described in Jude 6. Okay, so when you see people using the term iron, if they have incorporated that word iron into their business, it simply means that they are claiming the Nephilim. They're claiming the Nephilim, and they are basically not claiming the clay. Remember, the iron does not mix with the clay. The iron is in representation of the Nephilim, and the clay is in representation of Adam. Okay? I am speaking according to both occult knowledge and biblical confirmation. Okay, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do a follow-up in regards to the great works.